This is a preview of one of our Patreon bonus episodes. If you like what you hear, you can get access to all of our bonus episodes by supporting us on Patreon at the $1 tier.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If that sound didn't give it away for this very special Patreon bonus episode.
Ooh, that smells good.
It's an ASMR episode. Get ready.
ASMR only episode. No, just kidding. We are taste testing and tier rating potato chips and corn chips and other associated objects.
Chips. Basically chips.
Chips. I see a bag of Funyuns over there, so we got to
chips and chip adjacent snacks.
There we go. There are 31 bags of varying flavors over there.
Brought to you by your Patreon dollars.
Patreon dollars.
Yes.
Let us go on a shopping spree at our local Chevron.
This is where we shovel your money towards.
And the guy at the Chevron was very confused.
We actually, because
At one point he asked if we needed help, like not just like store clerk help, like mental help.
Yeah.
Are y'all okay?
He's
Well,
I
we
can call someone.
He's like, I've
went
seen
to
some
multiple
stuff.
stores to get all this, and I think every store clerk sassed us a little because it was like, here's 10 bags on the countertop. Like, do you need this many snacks?
Yeah, my lady was like, couldn't make a choice. Wazowski. I was like,
I think my wife, whenever she was getting the bags because I was working, she went through the self-checkout.
You sent her to
and
do the dirty work.
and still got weird looks.
the computer's like, error.
Nobody needs this many chips. Pick a brand, you
Here are my
animal.
list of weight loss clinics in the area. Why would you give that to me, self-checkout? You don't know my life. I know enough.
So much like our soft drink tier list episode, we are going to be sampling each of these bags and giving our opinions and coming to a conclusion on what do we rate this on a tier scale from S to F. Mm-hmm. So that is S is the best, and you have A, B, C, D, and F.
Yep.
So
We're going to start it out.
we're going to start it out. We're starting this out with the original classic potato chips flavors.
Which is just salt.
Basically.
Yeah.
Andrew has in his hand a bag of original Ruffles.
Yep. Ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles have ridges, and that is what brand is that? Who makes that? It should be on the front, right?
It's all owned by
It's
Halliburton.
Frito-Lay.
It's Frito-Lay? Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
All right.
Halliburton, get out of here.
So basically, the plan is we're not going to try and eat in the mics, but we are not going to edit out the sound. So we're going to try and eat away from the mics the best way
good
we
luck.
can.
It's like Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. If a chip gets crunched on mic, a chip gets crunched on the mic.
Ooh, I got a big chip.
Hold it. Okay, here we
right.
go. Classic Ruffles.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, yeah, that is.
I like a good Ruffles.
It needs French onion dip.
Well, so the big thing with these is like their whole shtick is that they have ridges for dipping.
Right.
And they're really solid chip. Like they are not like a crispy, crunchy, like snap in your hand kind of thing. There's a weight to them.
It feels more like a Pringle than it does like I'll say like a thin and crispy.
Well, we're coming up.
chip.
Like I see Lay's Classic.
Yeah.
And like compared to like a Lay's Classic or the Golden Flake Original, we're coming up on the.
Oh my god.
You're gonna get a lot of that too.
We're gonna like release this episode, and our patrons are gonna go down by 5 people.
We should have also bought like 50 chip clips, and we did not. So
We'll find some
hope
rubber
you got a lot of
bands.
clothespins somewhere in a
We'll
drawer.
figure it out.
Just for the record, all of these chips are going to be eaten. We have a friends event coming
Model
up.
building day
Yeah, we're not
coming
we're
weekend.
not
We're not
losing-
wasting anything.
We're not wasting any of
absolutely
these.
not.
Chips. Some of these bags might not survive the evening.
No.
Yeah.
These are not going to waste.
They may not survive this episode. We'll see. All right. I'm coming out hot. I think that's S tier for me.
Ooh.
That's a
I love a
don't-
good classic Ruffles.
Okay, I don't know if it's S tier. I feel like A.
I would definitely say A.
That's
Okay.
a classic, but Ruffles are designed for something
They
else
are.
to be with them, And I think without like some French onion dip or whatever
they're kind of dry.
Yeah, it needs a lot.
I just like that crunch.
It's a thick chip.
Like they hold together better than a lot of chips.
Crunch.
Like you don't get a ton of like. I mean, you do get the giblets in the bottom of the bag, but like to me, they're on other stuff they fall apart. You know, the gibbles, the little gibbles at the bottom of the bag.
Crumbles.
But no, Ruffles are a solid chip to me.
Yeah.
So you go A.
I would go A, just because like they are very thick and very heavy.
Yeah.
So you definitely
It's a real satisfying crunch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go down to A.
It needs French onion dip.
It does.
If
Yeah. You
French
need
onion
something
dip,
with it.
That's an S tier. That's like S plus tier. That's so good.
Yep. All right. So now we're gonna go to Lay's.
All right, so this is still classic potato chip.
Classic tater chip.
Andrew is fetching another. Oh my gosh, this is you animal. This is gonna be so bad. Oh, that's all right. Come on.
Okay, I
Make a
got
choice
some
here.
Lay's.
Got me some Lay's.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, crunch.
Yeah, now that.
Now, see, I'm not a big fan of Lay's at all.
I'm not either.
Because
I
they
like
don't-
them.
They don't have the saltiness that like the Ridges have, and they have kind of a mealy feel to them.
Well, they kind of ball up in your mouth. Like once you get like
Yeah.
the moisture in your
Yeah.
mouth gets to them, they just kind of become a mush, right?
yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
do.
I could go as high as B tier on that.
I think it's probably a C, honestly.
going C? for classic
I feel
Lay's?
safe calling it a B because like when we get Diplomat Deli over here, right? The base Lay's is what they come with all the
Yeah.
time when you get a sandwich, and like I'm not offended by that fact.
I was gonna say I'm never mad at.
yeah, I'm
Lay's.
never like,
No.
oh, I'm so disappointed. This
But
is
they,
the chip
they're
I got.
an acceptable chip, but they don't dip well.
They do not. They will not dip well at all.
Yeah,
Don't
they
you
will-
dare!
yeah,
You'll
they
go to
will-
jail if you dip a Lay's. It's bad.
The police.
They show up
police
immediately.
just pop out of the
Shoot
window.
on sight. There's no like discussion.
Well, you shoot on sight. Well, I thought you go to jail.
Maybe
mine,
both.
right?
It depends on who shows up. I don't know.
right?
All right, so are we doing B or C?
I would go with the C. I can
feel
be
fine with the
outvoted.
B.
I think we got to give it B.
It's still a
it's
good
like-
chip flavor.
I feel like it's got good flavor. I agree that it is kind of like in the mouth. It gets kind of like gummy.
It becomes almost like when you have like a dough, right? And you put water in the dough. It feels like that in your mouth. Real
I don't know.
quick.
Maybe I'm coming down to C now that I'm thinking about it.
I just don't think it's a very good chip.
So I think it's a very
I think it's a very average
neutral
chip.
average
Yeah.
chip.
You
It
know
is
what
like
average is? It's a C.
All right,
I'm going C.
I go C.
I'm going
I can,
C.
I can live with that.
All right, Lay's are a C.
All right, Andrew is
I got
about to.
the first can of Pringles.
This is a once you pop
Ever
you can't
made. This is
stop.
we're just hundreds of dollars
we're
on this
ruining
can.
a collector's edition here. Now.
All right.
Now you popped. We can't stop.
Can't stop.
That's the
Yes,
freaking
that's the
rules, man.
rule. I don't write them.
What have you done? All right, here we go. Pringles.
All right, I'm sorry, but Pringles are S tier.
Oh man,
I don't care.
I
So-
I don't agree with that at
so
all.
you
I
get-
would go A tier.
You get the same kind of crunch that you get out of like a Lay's Classic with that thin and crispy bit, right?
They are.
They do not become mush in your mouth.
They have a powdery finish, though.
They have a little bit of powdery finish, but man, that salt,
No, okay.
that taste at the front.
So I could definitely go A tier, but so here's my thing: because they are like these chips are essentially like they have to be mealed down and then they're reformed.
I've toured the Pringles plant, by the way.
Have you?
It's
Oh,
in
really?
Jackson, Tennessee.
Interesting.
One of them is. I don't know if that's the only
That's
one.
the only one.
Yeah.
The issue with their chips is that there's one side that has all the seasoning on it and one side that doesn't.
Yeah, but if you make the duck mouth in your face
you gotta
with the
make
two
the duck mouth
chips,
with
then
it.
like
I
you're
mean,
good.
yeah, sure.
You're good, dude.
Both lips are burning from the
Now,
salt.
I also think too that we have to consider that the packaging,
packaging
for,
is in
for
their
Pringles
favor.
is very good. One, because you can reseal
Yeah.
it, but then
100%.
two, you don't get like
The
you
little
open up the
crumblies at the
bag.
bottom
Yeah,
and-
you don't get all that. Well, you can, but it's rare.
You could still get it easily
Yes.
out of the bag, out of the box. Canister.
Yeah, 'cause you can just- yeah.
cylinder.
Yeah.
You just dunk it.
I think these
I
are
would-
easy A tier.
I would go A tier.
I can be talked down off.
I'm still kind of on a
Okay.
B.
No,
Here's
they're
where
not
I'm
B. They're way above B.
and we'll see when we get to some different Pringles.
We haven't gotten to sour cream and onion.
Original Pringles, I think, are A tier. That's where I'm at.
I can go A. I can be convinced A.
I'll go A.
Okay.
Yeah.
So original Pringles sitting at A.
Yep.
First of the Pringles. We've still got three other original flavors over there.
We
What are
got
those?
Golden Flake.
Does Munchos count as an
I
original
think
flavor?
Munchos probably counts. It's either that or
I mean,
it's
it's
in
just
the
potato crisps.
it's the banished box. or
Is
it's
it on the
original.
box of shame?
I've I've literally never heard of Munchos.
I've never had a Muncho.
Me and your wife were talking about Munchos when I walked in. She's like, it's one of her favorite chips. How have you never heard of it?
Literally never heard of it.
Are we breaking open Munchos right now?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I love Munchos. Munchos are one of that's my like we were talking.
Kind of interesting.
Like Munchos are one of those chips that I only get on road trips.
Interesting. Okay.
It's like those things that you don't keep in your house, but like when you see them out, you're like, I gotta have some Munchos.
I'm really.
They have a.
Y'all never had Munchos before?
Unexpected texture.
I love these things.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Ooh. I love Munchos. I can't believe y'all have never had these.
This is almost like an upgraded Pringle.
They're very salty and very good.
Oh man, that's really
That's
good.
good. Oh,
I mean,
what the
I'm
heck?
easily a S tier Muncho, but like
Where did these things? I need another one. Where do these things come from?
they're very hard to find. People don't sell them in most stores. I don't know why.
Who
The war on
makes
Munchos
them?
is real.
Who makes Munchos?
Cheetos does.
Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I'm doing my best to not just like talk into the air, but
Let me tell you, man, Munchos are S tier for me.
Man, that's up there.
I love
I'm
Munchos.
not gonna lie. This is like upper A S tier.
Let me give you a hack for Munchos. As someone who's been eating Munchos for like 20 years,
A Munchos expert, if you will.
if I might, my bona fides speak for
These are
themselves.
so good.
Dude, Munchos.
really good.
Let me tell you,
What the heck?
on a road trip, if you get Munchos and a really like good candy bar, like the chocolate sweet mixed with the salty, like alternating bites and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, doctor.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm kind of salty.
I'm buying those on the next round.
S tier, boys. S tier. Munchos.
Oh,
Try one.
man.
It's the only chip y'all were like, I'm going back for.
Oh no,
more.
I
So-
could have others of the other
The
one.
problem is, if I need to think about what a Pringle tastes like, I can think about it. I don't have. That's not in my memory.
Like
Sure.
it's like a whole different texture.
It is.
Yeah,
I love
just
it.
holding it in your hand.
There's like
you're
little air
that is-
pockets
that's
in it.
different.
Man, that's really good.
I mean, y'all are going to talk me down to an A because I love.
I'll go
Munchos.
S.
I'm not afraid of an S here. I think this
Let's
is
go
this
S
is
tier.
consensus.
The first S tier is Munchos.
All right.
Those are way better than I ever expected.
Oh,
Because they have a stupid name.
they're killer. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Thin and Crispy from Golden Flake. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Golden Flake, because not everyone that listens
Not
to us,
every state gets them, much less country.
So they're available mostly in the
Sorry,
South.
Europe.
It's like liquor. What was it? The Mason Dixon line.
So they're actually based out of Birmingham,
Yes.
and they're honestly just a really good. I like them a lot.
I did not see them a lot growing up in Tennessee.
In
Like,
many
it was
ways, we have been
rare.
spoiled with local things that we get here.
Yeah.
If I'm not lying, like Golden Flake or.
And this is not a
Buffalo
knock
Rock
to them
or-
necessarily, but my perception was that these were like off-brand knockoffs.
They look like so because it's a really old brand and they don't really update their branding, they do look kind of like the cheap option.
Yeah, but they're not.
That's solid.
That crushes Lay's.
Oh, dominates Lay's.
I would go B tier on that.
That's got that little. You got
I would
little
say this is a B
air,
tier.
Air pockets.
Pretty
in
solid.
those.
There's not too much salt. Like you get a good potato flavor on that.
Yeah.
I'm going B
I
tier.
go B tier. That's
I could go
just
B.
a classic.
So
it's
how do
just
I label
a
this?
simple
Just
potato.
Golden
good,
Flakes?
It's a good crisp.
Golden Flake original.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, B tier is totally fine there. I tell you, the poor microphones, the poor listeners. I hope our patrons like ASMR because we're going for it here.
They love it.
Branching out.
Do we even want to do the dip style?
Do the dip style.
Yeah?
Let's try it.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Well, they're
shake
like Ruffles. It's
one-
Golden Flakes version of Ruffles.
Okay, yeah.
They got ridges.
Golden Flake has ridges.
But they do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, okay.
They're called grooves. Golden grooves. So I prefer Ruffles to that.
I would rather, again, one, I'd rather Ruffles, and two, this needs some dip on it. Like it's meant to dip.
These don't have enough salt.
They're
I'd
very,
actually probably put these at a C.
these are a C. These
go
are
C with that.
very
At best.
basic and like inoffensive. They're meant to be like a neutral chip, right? So you get dip
Yeah.
on it, and the dip is the flavor. So they don't have a whole lot.
Yeah, there's really not a lot going on here. Not a big fan.
Those are what, dip style? Golden
Yeah.
Flake? Okay.
Or yeah, dip style. Okay, so now we're moving on into the non-normal flavors.
not non-original. No, we're not hitting the box of shame yet. Non-original
okay.
flavors.
Do we want to go
Let's go sour cream and onion.
sour cream and onion, which is kind of a staple?
Yeah.
Get sour cream and onion, and then the cheddar and sour cream flavors. I think are the next after that.
So we only have
A couple.
We only have 2 sour cream and onion flavors, mostly just because of availability.
Yeah.
What was on the shelf.
Yeah, so we have Lay's sour cream and onion here.
Which is like, I think, the quintessential sour cream and onion when you think about
These
it.
are my go-to when I'm like, I want sour cream
Really?
and onion. This is
Yeah.
what I end up with.
What?
Well, I'm not going to go buy a freaking like 3 canisters of Pringles.
Yeah.
What do you think I am, made of money?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I
That's
see that. I
good.
see Andrew's face, that disappointment. He's like, oh, it's better than I remembered.
Yeah.
It is good, but the problem is Thanks for listening to this preview of one of our Patreon bonus episodes. If you like what you heard, you can hear the rest of this episode and get access to all of our other bonus episodes for just $1. Go to patreon.com/spoilersintendedpodcast.